A brilliant day to each and everyone. Once again, I'm Larry Jr. D. GUIMBARDA, and I will be reporting the continuation of Lesson 1, Inquiry-Based Learning and Research-Based Learning, as it was being started already by Miss Nika. So again, here is our topic, the Inquiry-Based Learning and Research-Based Learning. And now, let's proceed with the nature of IBL, or the nature of inquiry-based learning. So in the first dot of the introduction, it says na inquiry is the process of asking questions driving societal advancements. So in order for us to understand IBL, we must first understand what is inquiry. So probably as we hear the word, the immediate response of our mind is that it is a type of query, an act of asking questions, or an act of asking, right? So by the way, all of it is all correct because from its simplest definition, it is the process of asking question. So how could we ask a question? So paano kaya, no? So I guess your response is through our curiosity. So I'm pretty sure na we have the same thought. Also, as a result of these curiosities, the outcome of it is that at the end of the day, we could come up with great ideas. So just like what is being said here at the second dot, it says that it continues to usher the study of so many fields that enable various scientists and experts to provide solutions to emerging issues affecting the society in general. So from the second dot, we can easily get the point that through inquiry or questions, our brilliant minds are able to produce ideas that are great and vital or crucial for development in every aspects of this world. It could be through infrastructure, technology, science, and education. Also, it could help on providing solutions on existing issues or problems. As a result, today all of us benefited from these advances or development na, that has been done through the endeavors of our dear brothers and sisters, especially those notable ones. So for the continuation of the introduction, it says here that in the classroom in particular, the process of inquiry is a basic learning that every teacher is expected to facilitate. So normally, in a classroom, in order for us to have a cohesive environment for learning, inquiry will always be a part of it. And here we comes the teachers that they are the one that who will facilitate or guide the students on the proper ways of it, or on how they could utilize it in a manner that it could result to something that is essential or something that makes sense. So in the last that it says particularly, inquiry is crucial in the era of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Inquiry serves as the foundation for vital skills like complex problem solving, critical thinking, and creativity, as highlighted in the Future of Jobs report by the World Economic Forum in 2016. So, this so-called Fourth Industrial Revolution, which is, by the way, the era that we live in today, as we know, at this current era of Fourth Industrial Revolution, it is dominated with technologies such as digitals, robotics, supercomputers, artificial intelligence or AI, and many more. The crucial contributor of this is inquiry. So through inquiry, it let our minds become imaginative or creative, and it let us think critically as well. So now we're done with the introduction. So let's proceed with IBL, or the inquiry-based learning. So I'm pretty sure that for now we have some sort of idea about it since we've already tackled the introduction. So it's still all about inquiry, but now it has been integrated in the learning or education. So in the first that inquiry-based learning as an approach essentially involves tasks requiring learners' active participation in finding answers to curricular questions. So it says here that IBL as an approach, part of it talaga is the active participation of the students or learners, because it's through active participation, learning will be more collaborative. So as a result, a certain task will be will be made or magagawa immediately as ideas will be full because of the active participation. Next is questions vary from simple to complex in relation to the curriculum, encouraging learners to engage self-regulated activities as they pursue their investigation. Probably here no, the LUTs or lower order thinking and HATs or the higher order thinking type of questions will be included as it says it varies from simple to complex. So hindi naman pwede na madali na lang lahat ng mga questions or mahirap din lahat. Dapat it will be varies so that their interest will be instilled within them. So so it says here that implementing IBL in language classrooms can significantly foster the development of communication skills. This approach involves activities such as writing questions, deliberating on ways of finding answers to curricular questions, and presenting outputs as evidence of inquiry, among others. So what it tries to convey is that IBL or inquiry-based learning will be an advantage on students' communication skills. It is clear that communication capabilities here will benefit from the IBL due to the activities that IBL offers, such as these writing questions and many more. So in the last that, furthermore, IBL encourages students to work together in accomplishing their tasks. So it is a great thing in IBL because due to its approach na if there's a task, helping one another will be upholded, which is also mentioned earlier in the first dot, which is the active participation. So now let's proceed with the inquiry process. So the first process is inquiry begins with a question aligned to the K-12 curriculum or the K-12 English curriculum. Then investigation involves gathering information from various sources. Next is students present their findings using productivity tools. And the last one is to ensure a clear path forward, students are provided with assessment criteria that outline the expected outcomes before the inquiry. And now, I will give an example of the process of the inquiry. So, I will base it to science because also I'm a science major. Okay, so the scenario is imagine a high school biology class where the students are tasked with understanding the environmental impact of a local river. So, did we all get the idea? So, if not, okay, I will repeat. Let's imagine a high school biology class where the students are tasked with understanding the environmental impact of a local river. So that would be the scenario, and now here's the inquiry process as follows. So first diba is the inquiries or question formulation. So the teacher initiates the inquiry by asking the students, how does the local river impact our environment? So this question aligns with the environmental science curriculum. And after it is the investigation. The students embark on their investigative journey. They gather information from various sources, including textbooks, the internet, scientific journals, field visits to the river, and interviews with the local experts and community members. They explore topics like water quality, aquatic life, pollution, and the river's role in the ecosystem. As part of investigation, the students work in groups, each focusing on a specific aspect of the river's impact. Some groups studies the water quality, while the others analyze the flora and fauna in around the river. Um, they share the findings and insights, fostering collaboration and a holistic understanding of the issue. So as we can see, there is collaboration due to their doing their own parts for their goal. Then here comes the next process, which is the presentation. To conclude their inquiry, the students present their findings to the class. They use visuals, data, and presentations to articulate the river's effects on the environment. This phase promotes effective communication skills and the ability to convey complex information. And the last process will be the assessment. The teacher assesses the presentations based on predefined criteria, evaluating the depth of research, the clarity of communication, and the quality of findings. The assessment criteria were provided to the students at the beginning of the inquiry to guide their efforts. And now we're done with the inquiry process, and let's now proceed to the next slide, which is when to use. It says here that Chisholm and Godley 2011 purport that inquiry-based instruction offers an especially appropriate approach to learning about language variation, identity, and power since IBI can provide students with opportunities to learn about current issues in sociolinguistics through sharing and debating on a personal experience with language from multiple perspectives. And now we're at the last part of my report, which is the types of inquiries. So, according to the presentation of VIU presented on 2020, there are 4 types of inquiry that can be used in facilitating classes. So, these are, number 1 is the structured inquiry. So, this lets the students follow the lead of the teacher as the entire class engages in one inquiry together. So from the word structured, it means that there is an agreement or step-by-step or a clear logical process in a coherent manner. For example, the teacher conducts a structured inquiry to introduce students to the concept of storytelling. So the teacher begins by reading a well-structured children's story in aloud to the class. So highlighting the elements of a good story, characters, setting, plot, and resolution. Afterward, the teacher guides the students in creating a story together, step by step. They collectively decide on characters, the setting, and the sequence of events, ensuring a structured and coherent narrative. Next type is controlled inquiry. The teacher chooses topics and identifies the resources that the students will use to answer a question. So, in this type of inquiry, the teacher will be the one na magpili sa topic as well as the resources. So, for example, the teacher assigns a controlled inquiry about a famous authors. So, each student is given a list of renowned authors to choose from. So they are provided with specific questions to answer about the author's life, literary works, and impact on literature. So the teacher offers a set of approved resources such as biographies and literary analysis to ensure that students have access to credible information while researching their chosen authors. Number 3, guided inquiry. The teacher chooses topics or questions and students design the product or solution. For example, a classic novel. The teacher provides a list of potential research questions related to the novel's themes, characters, and historical context. Students are encouraged to select a question that interests them and explore it in depth. The teacher offers guidance on how to analyze the text, gather evidence, and present their findings. Students have the freedom to interpret the novel's theme while receiving support and direction from the teacher. And now we're at the 4th and the last inquiry. So it is named as free inquiry. So students are allowed to choose their own topics without any reference to a prescribed outcome. So in this type, students are given the opportunity to freely choose any type of topic. So for example, in this type, each student selects their own writing project without any predefined outcome. They have the freedom to choose the genre, style, and theme of the writing. Some students might decide to write a short story, while others opt for poetry, essays, or even a play. So the teacher provides guidance and feedback but allows students to explore their unique creative voices and writing interests. So that would be all. So my part of the report ends here. So thank you for listening and God bless.